Now see how we can able to install Nexus in Linux server. So first start creating an EC2 instance, which is of AL2 OS and T2 medium instance type. So first let me start launching an EC2 instance. So I'm going to give naming convention something like this, Nexus, and come down and take the OS as Amazon Linux AL2 and the instance type. So T2 micro is not sufficient for Nexus configuration. We need to take T2 medium. So T2 medium will provide 4 GB of memory, which will be sufficient for us. See, if you don't have any key pair earlier, try to generate a new key pair, or you can use the existing key pairs if you have any something like that. So I'm going to use this SonarQube, which I had installed, which I have generated earlier. Now I'm going to launch an EC2 instance. So now the EC2 instance is ready. So we need to install Nexus in this EC2 server. So let's wait for some time. So I have all the steps in my notepad. I'm going to follow one by one. So I'm going to connect to the EC2 instance now. So click on EC2 instance connect and come down and try to connect to the EC2 instance. So now it was EC2 user. Now I will change it into root. So let me clear it out and so let me go to OPT folder. I'm going to install Nexus as part of this OPT folder. But before that, to install the Nexus, the dependency will be Java. So even it is for SonarQube also, the dependency will be Java. So first try to install Java. So Java will be part of our M repository. So try to use this command and we can install Java. So make sure you have very good internet connectivity while doing all these operations. So still the installation is going on. Wait for some time. So once you're done with the Java installation, so we need to download Nexus, okay, or we need to install Nexus. But before that, we do require to install tar and wget. So let's see, this installation is done. Yeah, now I see the installation is done. So try to install tar and wget. So that's already there. So now try to install Nexus. So using this wget command, we are going to install those packages of Nexus in our OPT folder in this server. So now Nexus is available. Now I don't want this. See here, it is in tar format. So now I need to untar it because I can't able to use this tar format. So I'm going to untar it. So using this command, tar-xvjdef, I'm going to untar them. Now we have untarred using this tar-xvjdef. Let me give ls. See, it's been untarred now. So now I don't want this entire name. I want to rename it to Nexus. Okay, I'm going to do this one. mv command. Okay, I'm going to rename it as Nexus. Now give ls. So the entire name has been renamed to small name. So why we are renaming it is because when we want to start and stop the server, every time I need to give this entire name. So instead of having the entire name, I'm going to short this name as just Nexus. Now, so I want to create a user called Nexus. The same we have done for SonarQube. So in the same way, we are going to create Nexus. Why? Because it is not recommended to use root user to run this Nexus. That's why I'm going to create a user called Nexus. User add Nexus, and I'm going to create a password for this Nexus. Going to give it as Nexus. Now username and password has been created successfully. And next one is I need to enable sudo permissions to my Nexus user. So whatever the access having by root, I'm going to enable the same access to my Nexus user also. So for that, I'm going to use a command called vi sudo. So now let me add this change. Means I'm going to enable root access to my Nexus user. So where I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it as part of allow root to run any commands. I'm going to give this command here. So Nexus, add this entire stuff, copy it out. And so let me align this one. So now we have added that. So I need to save it out. So to save that, as it is a nano editor, so try to do this one. So click on your caps lock, give Control O, and click on Enter, and give Control X. Now it was saved. Let's see whether it got saved or not. Q cat pi sudo. So instead of do that, like we already have it out. That's fine. So now, as we just save it out, so we need to do few things here. So we need to enable uh, this Nexus and Sonotype network folder access with the Nexus. Like we need to change the user and group as root into Nexus and Nexus. So what we are going to do is we are going to take this command and we are going to do it out. Chown is like changing the owner. Okay. So I'm going to run this one. Let's see what is going to happen. Click on it. So now let me give ls-al. So now see for Nexus and Sonotype Nexus. So user, earlier it was root and root. Now it was changed to Nexus and Nexus. So once you're done with running of this command, so try to edit this file called nexus.rc. So you need to run the user as Nexus. Okay, let me go back and try to paste it out here. So it will be like this. So what we need to do is just click on I, run as user. I'm going to give, what is the user we created? Nexus. So I'm just going to give this Nexus user here and I'm going to save it out. Click on it and it been saved. Okay. Now I need to create Nexus as a service. Okay, because I need to start and stop it out, right? So every time I can't go to this opt Nexus and pin folder, every time I can't go to there, okay, to start and stop the server. That's why I'm going to create a service. So that's why we're going to create a soft link for it. So now I'm just going to take this command and try to paste out here. So now a short link has been created for it. So now try to switch to user called Nexus. So to switch to the user called Nexus, give this command su Nexus. Now I was into, earlier it is root, now I was user as Nexus. Now let me give one by one. Now I need to enable Nexus. I'm going to use this command. So it been executed successfully. Now try to start Nexus. So I want to check whether this Nexus has been started or not. So using this command sudo systemctl status Nexus, I can able to find it out. Let me try with that. See, system is running, so it is active. Okay, so to check whether it is running, I need to go and I need to check it out as part of my browser. So to check it out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take this server. So the default port number for Nexus is 8081. So for that, what I'm going to do is Nexus, I'm going to change as part of security group. First, I need to open port called 8081 as I'm going to access this from external wide. So I'm going to click on inbound rules and click on add rule. So I'm going to give it as custom TCP, or instead of giving it as like going to give it as custom TCP, and I'm going to add this 8081 and anywhere IP and click on save rules. Now take the server, take the public IP of it and try to give it out as part of browser U8081. Now see, Sonotype Nexus is running here. So in this way, we are going to install Nexus. So to the username will be admin and password. The password will be under this OPT folder. So let me go back to our OPT folder. So this is where we are going to have our password. So try to copy this one. Try to give this command cat paste it out. So see, this is the password for it. This is a token or it's the password. Take this password, copy, and try to give as part of so password will be giving you, and let me click on sign in. See, now I was into this Nexus server. Confirm the new password. I'm going to give it as admin. I'm going to give it as admin. So click on next. So this and all I will let you know later. So this is how we are going to create a Nexus server.